Hello everyone, this is Kaiju Studios G2K and I'm back with another video. November 3rd, 2021 just passed. That day is better known to Godzilla fans as Godzilla Day, because it marks the 67th anniversary of when the original Godzilla from 1954 was released, spawning not only the Godzilla franchise, but also the kaiju genre as a whole. Toho, the film studio that created Godzilla and owns the rights to, contributed by celebrating the 50th anniversary of Godzilla with Hedorah. That is correct. Toho recently made and uploaded a short film to not only celebrate the 67th anniversary of Godzilla, but also the 50th anniversary of Godzilla vs. Hedorah, simply titled Godzilla vs. Hedorah, which is a 5-minute short film depicting a battle between the final worst incarnation of both Godzilla and Hedorah, with the use of suitmation and practical effects. What do I think of this short film? I honestly enjoyed it a lot. It's great to see Toho reusing suitmation and practical effects, albeit for a 5-minute film. It's honestly not a bad way to celebrate the 67th anniversary of the Godzilla franchise and the 50th anniversary of Yoshimitsu Banno's Godzilla vs. Hedorah, released back in 1971. As you may know from my unpopular opinions that I uploaded way back in March of this year, I don't like Hedorah that much. I think he's a goofy and terribly executed kaiju that admittedly has a great concept, and his thematic symbolism of pollution makes him a formidable and frightening monster. In the movie he first appeared in was an inconsistent, disgusting mess, literally. However, this short film was not bad at all, but it's not amazing. It is interesting that they reused the Final Wars suit designs of both Godzilla and Hedorah, although given that suits get deteriorated and rot over time, it makes sense for Toho to repurpose the more recent and preserved suits to be used in action. Speaking of the action, it's pretty decent. It's well shot, edited, framed from the low-ground perspective to convey the size of the kaiju. The use of practical effects and suitmation is fantastic, as mentioned before. It's very refreshing to see this style of filmmaking being brought back, and for the most part, it looks great. The fighting is decent, not the best of course, because, given that it's a short film, it's not going to have the best kaiju fight of all time, but it's still pretty decent. My only real gripe is that most of it is obscured by foreground elements and buildings, while the more interesting stuff, like the fighting with Godzilla and Hedorah, is in the background, behind the buildings. Yeah, that's a little bit frustrating. I did, however, really dug Hedorah's entrance. The camera first shows workers of the power plant evacuating, then pointing down to show flowers getting poisoned and destroyed by Hedorah's toxic steam and ooze, which just adds to his invasive nature as he attempts to destroy the environment and absorb as much pollution or radiation as possible. If I'm going to be honest, the Hedorah suit actually looks better than the Godzilla suit, as his skin is slimy, oily, reflective, letting out steam and oozing out toxic waste from his tubes. Hedorah feels like a living organism, whereas the Godzilla suit does look a little fake at times, with parts of the suit looking a little rubbery and not as realistic looking as Hedorah's. I know they are minted suits, but I'm just saying Hedorah looks and feels more like an actual living creature than Godzilla does. Though that could just be me. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? I also really appreciate that the short film ended with the visual of Godzilla against the sunset after he electrocuted and blasted Hedorah with the atomic breath. It's a clear homage to the first appearance of Godzilla in the 1971 film, when Godzilla makes his entrance in front of the sunset. Not to mention it's accompanied with the same musical theme used for that moment, though in here it's used for Godzilla walking away after defeating Hedorah. That was a very cool visual nod to the 1971 film, which definitely brings back memories of watching Godzilla vs. Hedorah as a kid back in the early 2010s. These were my thoughts on Godzilla vs. Hedorah 2021. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I initially wasn't planning to make a video on this, but because November is Godzilla month and everyone is talking about Godzilla again, I went ahead and shared my thoughts on his new Godzilla short film. It's very refreshing to see suitmation make a comeback in this modern era of filmmaking, where CGI is taken over, and this kind of proves that suitmation and practical effects can still work if done right, and isn't going anywhere anytime soon. I wouldn't mind to see Toho make more short films like this again. This was a short but pretty good tribute to celebrate the anniversary of both Yoshimitsu Banno's Godzilla vs. Hedorah and the Godzilla franchise. As a lifelong Godzilla fan, I really enjoyed watching this, and I'm looking forward to see what Toho has next for the King of the Monsters. Feel free to comment down below what you think of the Godzilla vs. Hedorah short film. Do you think Toho should make more short films like these? Should Toho bring back the old school approach of filmmaking with suitmation and practical effects? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video to help my channel grow. As always, long live the king, and I'll see you in another video.